Mr. Macri, let me come back again to you. The question of the security apparatus and the citizens.
Yes.
Now, in terms of like security awareness among the citizenry, what level do you think it's at? And is it possible to separate politics from security awareness?
Very good question. I think they are intertwined. You know, politics, security awareness, security itself is political. You know, they are all intertwined. But you see, one thing that we have not done, you get intelligence, you develop information, you get information, develop it into intelligence, and then you action it. There is a fourth level, and that is psychological operations, or what we will call public information. You want to, and that is not even done by the security agencies. You do it, it's done by the agency of government that is responsible for that, because that's their job. We are fighting Boko Haram now. If we are fighting Boko Haram, after they've got intelligence and they've gone there and do whatever they have to do, there must also be some kind of information that is given to the public, so that the public will be on your side. If they go there, and normally when things like this happen, insurgency, people are killed, everybody is worried, and they will support any action by government. But when they see that government is not doing anything, or government is not meeting up to, or informing them about what is happening, then they become, you know, they don't want to even give information to the government. Because right now, most of the intelligence that even want to gather for Boko Haram insurgency will be from those people that are living around that area. You know, so you need to talk to them. You need to inform them about what is going on, what is, this is where we have, what we have achieved so far, you know, and people will be happy. It is not parading some people that you've got and then you lock them up and nobody hears about them again. You know, and that worries me a lot, because we've caught a lot of Boko Haram people. Some of them are just locked down. You want to either, you know, there are two things you can do: prosecute them and jail them, or turn them. You know, make them agents, make them informants. You know, reintegrate them into that society, and then they will be giving you more information about what is happening. But I don't know. Maybe they are doing. I'm no more in service, but I believe they are doing that.
You know, sorry. Okay. I was going to bring in this because that part of security awareness amongst the citizenry. You talked about software earlier. Yes. Now, Festus Akimboewa says it seems security challenges will be with us for a long time and would need the highest levels of human knowledge to deal with. Yeah. So he says, our universities should be encouraged to design and teach courses in intelligence and security issues. Absolutely. Would that help?
Yeah, well, what he was talking about, the awareness. Now, that's something that needs to be done, an awareness campaign, but not in the way that they currently do it. You know, after the 9/11, most security agencies used to just keep the information to themselves. Yeah. Now, what is done around the world is that there's information that is given to the general public. For example, once you've developed your intelligence and it's actionable, there's bits of information for different people, like you said, the government, the presidency, different agencies and whatnot. But then there should be information for the consumption of the general public. Yes. Again, we have the phones. There's something called that we designed called the Security Alert and Advisory System, which allows, once information is gathered, then that information that is for the general public, whether it's for the entire country, whether it's for a state, whether it's for a region, whether it's for a local government, based on people that have subscribed to that, they get the information that they need in their environment. And that information is, this is an alert based on this information. This alert will last for so amount of days or months or whatnot. It's at the highest level. So we are asking you, the general public, to be alert. What do we need from you? We need you to be alert on these certain things. Look out for these things. How can you help us? Send us videos, send us information, blah, blah, blah. So it's interactive. It has to be interactive.
It has to be, but
yes.
Is it really interactive? Because a lot of people are still concerned about their relationship with the police. Mwachukwu Emeka says, I listen to your guest and I don't agree. Once the police can trace and know who gave information, the information is at risk. Can't trust Nigeria police yet because of corruption.
Okay, you know what? We don't have a perfect system. It's far from it. But does that mean we should not start? Some people have bad experiences, some people have good experiences.
Some people have been killed.
Yes, I understand that, but then what do? Do we just sit down and do absolutely nothing? We have to start. We need to stop talking. We need to stop talking and begin and see how we can develop these things and then create the trust. The reason why the technology needs to be introduced, we talk about individuals being afraid to approach the police. Yes, going to a police station. Yeah, but we can minimize that fear of going to a police station by using technology. Now, it's not every single police officer that will compromise.
Yes.
Do you understand? So we have to introduce something.
You don't know which one is going to compromise. So you stay safe by staying away from it all.
Yes, I understand. There are people that will be wary, but there are also people that are willing to give information. There are a lot.
Yeah.
And for those, we need to deploy these things that will enable them by the time, and don't forget, the best marketing is word of mouth. Let me give you we've talked about the X squad, for instance, in the police. A lot of people don't know about them. But if there's a police officer that has harassed you or gone contrary to the rule of law, call the X squad and see whether your experience will be satisfying or bad.
How do we reach the X squad?
Well, I'll send that information to. I know. We'll send that information now.
See this. Oshino Kingsley says we need to invest heavily in security in terms of human capital and resources. Security manpower in this part of the world is shallow, ill-trained, and works with poor apparatus, tools, and motivation. Then Shegun says, why can't government ensure that businesses from a particular size are made to have CCTV installed? This will complement the ones owned by government. So again, we're still back to that thing about human resources, human capital.
Well said. You see, before I go into what he has said, I would like to comment a little bit on what he mentioned earlier, especially with the person who still exercises fears into the sharing of information with the police. I actually would like us to give credit to Nigerian police. No matter what we say they are doing right now, we need to give credit to them. And if you are familiar with them, you know there are a lot of intelligent police and there are a lot of well-educated and well-read police officers in Nigeria. You know, don't actually judge them with the people you see on the street that harass you and all that. Because you see, when we are talking about intelligence sharing, it doesn't go to, most of the people you see are the users. Most of the police officers you see on the field, they are the users of these things. They are not the receptors. They are not the one receiving it. So for instance, if we are to send information to the police, there's a department, there are control rooms, there are operation rooms where the people manning them actually understand what it means to receive those information.